Now, this is your morning in 8 minutes. This morning, the Cobb County Emergency Management Agency is asking you to stay away from the water's edge of the Pigeon River.
Yeah, this is after heavy rain in Tennessee and North Carolina over the weekend. Duke Energy released water from the Waterville Dam yesterday. Just take a look at how strong the current is. Cobb County Mayor Rob Mathis tells us they prepped for this. Swiftwater rescue crews are on standby from the state line to Newport. He says they did not expect the water from the release to flow like this. EMA Director Joe Esway says they're prepared too. Esway says the flooding from Helene was a generational event that will take years to fully recover from. So here's some tips that Esway shared with us. They do say the situation is improving this morning, but they do want you to stay vigilant. He also stressed to make sure not to spread misinformation on social media. And this morning, the world is remembering Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States.
Carter died Sunday at the age of 100. He served only one term in office, ending in 1981, and went on to a life of humanitarian work. Carter was the oldest former president in U.S. history. President Biden has ordered a state funeral and is expected to deliver a eulogy. President-elect Donald Trump called Carter a good man who would be greatly missed. And a reminder, in the final days of 2024, a handful of new laws will go into effect for Tennessee on January 1st.
A big priority with this new batch of laws is protecting your kids online, starting with the Protecting Minors from Social Media Act. It requires parents to approve any accounts for their kids under 18. Under that law, social media companies must also give parents the power to set time restrictions, review privacy settings, and revoke consent for their kids' account anytime they want.
A second piece of legislation is the Protecting Minors Act. It will block minors from accessing explicit content, requiring adult-oriented websites to verify that people trying to access their content are 18 years or older. Tennessee joins 12 other states in passing that kind of legislation. Now, meanwhile, for our viewers in Kentucky, a new law will make most vape products illegal.
This new law goes into effect in the new year as well. Come January 1st, the only vaping products that will be illegal to sell in Kentucky are those approved by the FDA. At some shops, that means their inventory of products will drop from 150 to just 4, making some business owners think about closing up shop for good. Well, the law was passed by the Kentucky General Assembly in the hopes of preventing underage vaping.
And President-elect Donald Trump is asking the Supreme Court to pause an upcoming ban on TikTok in the U.S. This is scheduled to go into effect January 19th, unless the platform is sold to a U.S. company. Congress approved the ban in April, citing security issues. In a legal filing, Trump asked justices to pause the ban so his administration can have time to find a middle ground and keep the app running. And if you're still looking for something to do to ring in the new year, listen up.
Tomorrow, Gatlinburg is holding its family-oriented celebration at the Space Needle. Not only is it one of the biggest celebrations in the country, it's also free. Country artist Drew Baldridge will be performing under the iconic Space Needle starting at 10 p.m. And new this year, a drone show will begin 10 minutes before midnight above the Gatlinburg Convention Center. The drone show will lead to fireworks, then the ball drop, of course. Because this event is so popular, you want to make sure you get there early to get a parking spot and a good place to watch it all. If you can't go to Gatlinburg, the city of Knoxville is getting ready to celebrate the new year at the Sunsphere tomorrow night.
There will be DJs, live music, a silent disco, and more. This is all before the ball drop from the Sunsphere at midnight. You'll be able to find free parking that is available in all city-owned garages. That includes Locust Street, Market Square, and the 11th Street garage. You can also bring chairs, but tents and canopies are not allowed. This event will happen, rain or shine.
And you can recycle your bare Christmas tree starting Thursday. Simply leave that tree at the curb for brush collection or bring it to any of Knox County's convenience centers. It's free. Just make sure all those decorations are off of it. We've got a full list of those locations to recycle your tree inside the WVLT News app.
And if those Christmas lights just had their last Christmas, you can recycle those too. It's as easy as dropping them off at any Goodwill donation store, the City of Knoxville's recycling drop-off centers, the county's convenience centers, or the City of Knoxville's household hazardous waste facility on Elm Street. 6:54 now. Let's get a check of that first alert traffic, giving you a live look. I-40 at Watt Road. Really no major issues on the road right now. You can see cars do look like they're up to speed at the moment. Here's another look. I-40 at Hall of Fame Drive, morning commute hotspot. Overall, still moving. A lot of cars just flowing right along. Here's another look. I-75 at Merchant Drive. Usually see some congestion pick up in those southbound lanes, but right now it looking good. Here's a look at that Knoxville area traffic. A lot of green. Definitely good to see if you're headed out the door. A little further out. Overall, no major issues at the moment.
All green on the traffic map. Luckily, there's a very little green on the live radar now. We are down to just a couple spots of rain, so that is definitely an improvement. While you were sleeping, we had a few showers roll through. Down now to this isolated rain, actually moving out of our area. To think of it as traveling I-81 towards the Tri-Cities. Now, where the clouds are starting to part, we do have some visibility drops around Knoxville. We have some fog. We also have some fog around Fentress to Scott County and Harlan County at the moment. Next couple hours, it'll be a mix of clouds and fog, but notice temperatures very comfortable. 43 right now, Knoxville, 45 Kingston to La Follette, 47 Crossville. So kind of a mix of low to mid 40s for many, some upper 40s. While we're on the very mild side of that approaching cold front. So for today, winds are light, temperatures are up, sunshine returns for the afternoon. Check all the boxes for something to get outside and enjoy. 54 at 11 with a high today of 59 degrees. We'll be in the low 50s at 6 p.m. And we'll actually start out tonight clear, but also with our lows. I think Knoxville will dip to 44 by midnight, and then we'll actually be warming. Many of you will feel it'll be a warmer temperature by the morning as this scattered rain returns to kick off your Tuesday. So that's where we really slide back into some active weather. Then we'll slide back down on those temperatures. So really for today, it's a good day to enjoy. Tomorrow we're tracking the scattered rain, stronger gusts, cooler air than behind it in time for the new year. So a lot going on to really change things up and what you're seeing and feeling. We'll track it all out for you coming up on the CW.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. And we're going to continue to follow that breaking news. Our Harry Sullivan's in Cott County, where officials are urging you to stay away from the Pigeon River. Be safe out there.